you would never change me. Though your approach would never change me. Ever. It's the approach. It's almost as though it's condemnation.
I get it.
And it'll never work. What you'll do
see everything you're saying.
You'll throw up defences against everybody, and then
it's It's not defences. It's objections to the defences that people will have defending this. Because I've been doing this for 5 years.
You can do wordplay.
Let me just say.
But ultimately, people are going to get defensive.
See, my job, it's to be their voice because they can't speak up for themselves. So as someone who's been doing this for years and years and years, I've heard everything 100%. That everyone has to say about the excuses and the attempts at justifying unnecessary harm. How does that make you feel, man?
I work in the industry and I still don't like it.
What aspect of it, if you don't mind me asking?
We make the premixes, so we work the minerals, micronutrients, amino acids.
For the foods, for the animal feed? Is it Thompson's, is it?
No, it's Trower Nutrition. There are 3 of them around that area. There's Thompson's, Dabney's and Trower Nutrition.
And, okay, so you're a little bit removed from like the exploitation and slaughter process, but it's obviously in your thoughts if you're working within the industry.
Our job is to make them produce as quickly as possible. We know what happens to them.
100%, man. 100%. And what do you think about that? Like, what's your opinion?
Honestly, you want me to?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be doing it. That's fucking. We're destroying it. We're destroying the planet. The resources we're using to feed them.
Crazy.
There's enough for all of us.
Aye, there's enough food for everyone.
There's no reason for this to happen anymore. But
it sounds like you have a vegan state of mind.
I do. No, I do. I'm all for it. Now, at the same
saying
time,
those things, that would be things that vegans would say. But I imagine you probably eat animals.
I do.
I appreciate the honesty, man. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to just have a conversation and meet people where they are. And I used to eat animals as well, so I've been there. But yeah, my position is like, we're all just brought up doing this. We don't think about it. We never see this.
Tradition.
But yeah, tradition, culture,
peer pressure
whatever.
From dead people.
100%. Yeah, carry on tradition. We've been doing this. Do you know what I mean? No, I get that. Some people like make that transition. They might go to their granny's house, and their granny will serve them like a bit of thing, and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to offend my granny, so I have to swallow this slice of corpse." Do you know what I mean? I fully get it. I fully get it.
I am with you.
I assume you wouldn't accept that as a justification to harm animals, though.
Harming them, no, right? But I can see the way we're doing it's wrong. The way we're definitely doing it is wrong.
So do you think
there can be an ethical way?
Let me ask you this: how do you ethically kill an animal who doesn't deserve to be killed when you can eat and be healthy and you don't have to kill? If you had to kill in a survival situation, it's fine.
I'm with you.
But if you don't have to kill,
if you provide a means by which the entirety of society can sustain itself. Change the
We're talking about food?
Industry. Yes.
Veganism?
Change the entire industry. But the industry has to change.
Yeah.
It's not just the individual.
What changes industries? But people? No. I know, I get you. The only reason this exists is because of the profit margins. But industries go out of business when people shift their demand. When people have an individual conscience shift away from this into something better, they take their money out of that industry, put it into plant-based agriculture. The demand goes down, they breed less animals into existence.
With you.
So if you're with me, be with me in your actions as well, and don't pay for this to happen. Do you know what I mean? I know it's a grim reality, and I know you might think, I'm just one person, I won't stop it, but you're one person. Do you know how much animals, on average, in a life, that the average person consumes?
Will I take a guess?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, 700.
We'll say this, it's in the high thousands, right? So when we sort of entertain that notion of, I'm just one person, I won't make a difference, to every single animal that isn't bred into existence just to meet your demand with your money, you're spurring immense suffering and unnecessary violence. That's the thing, this is completely unnecessary.
Can I tell you what's wrong with me? Why I don't jump straight into the boat straight away?
Yeah.
It's just a lack
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, man.
A lack of motivation, a lack of... Should I have to take that individual responsibility on? Like,
do you ever hear the saying, what is it? You have to, what is it? Everyone has a responsibility to be more ethical than the society that they grew up in.
100%.
You ever heard that?
Yep.
So one by one, I know it's small, but if we want to make the world a better place and we want to leave a legacy and all this stuff, we should do better than those who came before us. We shouldn't commit the mistakes.
What's your name?
Thomas.
Thomas, I'm Brendan.
Nice to meet you, and thanks for stopping.
I'm not where I want to be.
Aye.
But I'm not where I was.
I respect
used
that. I
to
respect
consume
that.
meat. I'd eat every single day, without fail.
Same.
Every single day.
Yeah.
I have vegan days now, where I'll go to the vegan. There's a chippy at the top of my street called Maggie Mays. It does vegan
Yeah,
options.
I have to go there, man. I have to try those vegan
Bro.
pasties. Haven't been yet.
Bro, I do. I'm not
How
vegan,
are they?
but they're absolutely great. Absolutely fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm not where I want to be. Okay? But I will get there. And slowly but
100%.
surely.
100%.
Like, I'm not going to completely withdraw because I know I'm voting with my money by feeding.
Of
them
course,
this,
that's how it works.
okay?
That's how it works.
And the amount that I'm paying into that system has been reduced. And I'm sure.
And that's
that there-
for ethical reasons,
there-
is it?
There are other people out there who I know are doing the same things.
Yeah.
So the demand must be reducing. And the
Yeah.
reason I know the demand's reducing is because, see, in the last 20 years, people like you wouldn't have been out on the street. Nobody would have heard of veganism. It would have been ridiculous. So the fact you're even out here speaking to me about it, and I know about it, and he knows about it.
It's
and if
changing.
you stop
Things are
anybody
changing.
else on the street, people
They know
hear
what it
about
means. They've heard
So
about
it. It is happening.
100%.
There is a shift. It is working, but it's not. Rome wasn't built in a day.
100%, man.
But it
I'm
is
fully with you.
happening. It
All
is
I
happening.
would ask you is, if you were in their position, how quickly would you want you to make a change?
Right now.
And is there anything truly stopping you from making that change?
Apart from personal preference and pleasure,
Interesting. Pleasure and personal preference. Do you think they're good enough reasons to justify unnecessary abuse and slaughter?
that no. But if you said to me, Brenton, see all them chickens out there, son, they've been living free, had the best of life.
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Will you go out and kill one? And I would.
Okay, so just pause that thought for a second, because that is a nice sort of fairy tale,
It is.
which isn't ever going to happen, and I'll tell you why. Because this is all, like you said, it's all about money. See the conditions that they keep animals in? That's the most profitable way to keep them. Maximum crowded, cramped, artificial light.
We're talking
So,
about raising.
so what
we're
I'm saying
trying
is,
to
just let me finish.
36p out of an individual cow over the space of a week.
I get you.
To
I
get
get
more
you.
for the producer.
So all I'm saying is, that would be nice. It would be better, but it's never going to happen
No.
realistically.
Well.
So, but let's entertain it. So I made the point about this because this is business and it's money. It's really unlikely that it's going to happen. If it happens, if it goes that way, because to be honest, with the supply and demand thing and more people shifting away from this into veganism, you will have a lot of scenarios where people will, oh, I don't like that, so I'll get my own chickens from a farmer and I'll look after them and I'll give them a good life, and then maybe like yourself, go out and kill the chicken for a meal. But even in that situation, which is, you know, a niche argument, the act of unnecessary slaughter is still there because you can still eat
yes,
something
it
else.
is.
And my argument
And
is still,
again,
why would you kill if you
nuance.
don't have to kill?
Nothing's black and white. If
Well, then,
like I said before, if there was a complete change to industry and the way things were produced, and there was absolutely no necessity, no need,
Yeah, which there currently isn't.
No.
There currently isn't.
not for all people. It's not that. It really isn't that simple.
What's the necessity?
We're in a very privileged position.
Of
here,
course,
standing
of course.
In a first world country.
Very aware of it. Very aware of it.
I spent 3 months in India.
Uh-huh.
I watched babies die in
Yeah,
their mother's arms on the sides of
yeah.
the road. So it's not that simple.
No, I'm
We're
just
standing here
saying.
in
I'm
the
just
middle of
saying.
a
Like,
city in a very privileged position.
I acknowledge our privilege. You know, it's a form of privilege as well. Being so privileged that you can pay for other individuals to be slaughtered for a taste pleasure. Is that not the epitome of privilege?
It is.
Do you know what I mean?
And I'm gonna, can I just give you a bit of advice, right? I believe in what you believe in, and I know it's important to you. I do. I really do. I can feel it from you.
Excuse me, are you next week you'll be there?
Next week I'll be where?
Here? Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I don't know, mate.
City?
I live in this city. I'm here every week.
This is my setup.
Oh, sorry, you'll be next week?
Yeah.
Yes, man. What time roughly?
Potentially. Why can I
Just what?
ask?
No, I don't want to go. I have no time now.
Okay. Yeah.
Chicken.
Are you interested in? Do you know what this is?
No, well, probably yes, but I'm
Everywhere,
not sure.
all over the world.
Okay, online?
Yeah, that's my page online and on YouTube.
Maybe have questions. So.
Thanks.
This is how. Yes, this is what we do.
Standard legal practice.
But listen,
2 seconds.
I am with you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am.
yeah.
Cerebrally. Now this has to follow.
100%.
But I'm very.
You're clued in, I
I'm
can
very
tell you're-
cerebral. I know what's happening. I know
Yeah.
what needs to be done.
Yep.
I understand everything that you're saying, but I'm lazy at the same time. But I've done wee bits.
Yeah.
It may not be enough for you.
No, it's not about me. It's about them.
But it's-
Do you know what I mean?
I know.
It's not about me.
I know. But
It's up to you as an individual to say, is this enough for me that I can live with this? Because I could not live with myself.
Is it that important an issue that the things that I already have going on in my life, the struggle,
yeah,
cost of
I
living
get it, man.
crisis,
I get
mental
it.
health issues,
I get it.
and
Honestly,
now I need to worry about ducks.
it's not. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
know.
just-
You know
it's
why I know what
too
you're saying?
much.
Because
That's why
you.
Slowly, step by step, it'll happen. Don't expect people to change in a heartbeat, and you won't ever get people to change if you go. You would never change me, though. Your approach would never change me.
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
It's the approach. It's almost as though it's condemnation,
I get it.
and it'll
I
never
get it.
work. What you'll do
See
is
everything you're saying.
you'll throw up defences against everybody, and then you'll
It's
get people
objections.
who go
It's
out
not defences.
and they'll-
It's objections to the defences that people will have defending this. Because I've been doing this for 5 years.
We can do wordplay and
no, let
play
me
with
just
words all
say-
day, but ultimately, people are going
Yeah.
to get defensive. You can
Yeah.
change that word whatever way you want. You're going to make people defensive. This is fine. but
Yeah.
Don't go out and the accusatory tone will not work with people with more than 3 brain cells.
Man,
Some
I
people will
get what you're
change in a
saying.
split
I get
second,
what
but
you're saying, right?
I'm more cerebral. I will need time.
Yeah.
I will continue in the path that I'm taking at the time that I'm taking it. I'm not going to change like that.
Just forget about me, right? I'm not a perfect human being, and I appreciate. No,
Hell
let
no.
me just talk. I appreciate you sharing a bit of your struggle. We all have stories. We're human beings. We have this human experience. I've been through things. I've been through bouts of mental health, so I
Hell
get
yeah,
it,
brother,
right?
we have.
But the thing
We're all
is,
going through it.
we're all going through this stuff. We have life is a juggling act, and it's very hard. And then you're saying, and you're putting this on my plate. All I'm saying is, this I think is really something most people, when they face it, is objectively uncomfortable.
Of
They
course it
don't
is.
agree with it,
Why
and
wouldn't
it's
it be?
it's
Why
it's
wouldn't
simply
it be uncomfortable?
yeah, because it's hard to take in that people. And I get the
Reality's a
defenses. I
bitch.
get the defenses,
Reality's
but see, my job, it's to be their voice because they can't speak up for themselves. So, as someone who's been doing this for years and years and years, I've heard everything that
100%.
everyone has to say about the excuses and the attempts at justifying unnecessary harm.
Certainly. With
So,
you.
a little bit of the time,
I am with you.
I know what people are saying. I've heard it before, and I'm kind of already there with what I know I need to say. And I get it. And it's not so much like, I think you're a good guy, and I can tell you are because you're stopping. You're giving me the time of the day, and you're clued in more than most. Trust me, you are. But it's not that I'm trying to be defensive or being condescending. It's just that this is such an urgent issue that we can't. If you're on board with this even slightly,
I am, but
even
I
slightly,
am. Like, even
there should
the
be no
idea that-
reason why-
Even the idea that I am speaking to you,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm agreeing with many, if
Yeah,
not
yeah,
all
yeah.
of the points that you're making. It's
Yeah.
the time frame. It's the time frame. It's expecting people, me. Stop saying people, Brendan. It's me. It's expecting me to change.
Well,
when I have,
it's not my expectation for you to change right now. It's my hope that you will, and
will.
I'm
No, I will.
completely
It's
removed.
inevitable.
I'm
It's
completely
inevitable.
removed from what you choose to do because that's on you. That's not on me. I'm just a messenger, and I know you're not shooting the messenger.
Hell no.
If you think that my method is a bit too condescending
It's not
or
that
is a
it's
bit too,
condescending, It's a bit.
it's because this is so urgent, man.
Oh,
40
I know, I get it,
40,000
I do,
animals
I
every
do.
single second. 40,000 innocent individuals
I get it.
who had families who felt pain and fear every single
do.
second.
I
So
do.
this is why
It's happening all over the
sometimes,
world.
this is why
Not
sometimes,
just for animals, but we're people. You go to Surrey,
no,
you
but
go to Nag, you go to Yemen,
it's all bad,
man.
it's all bad,
It's
but
fucked.
what I mean in numbers alone, you show me any other human injustice where 40,000 individuals were slaughtered every single second,
I'm with
it
you.
does not come close. And I'm not comparing humans to animals and saying all that.
Let's not even
I'm
go
not,
down that
I'm
because
saying I'm
that
not doing it.
varies. It's a
I'm saying
very
I'm not
slippery
doing that
slope.
because
Very
some people
slippery
will
slope.
accuse you of doing that, but I'm not doing that. But I'm just saying in terms of capacity to suffer, we all suffer the same. We all bleed blood. Do you know what I mean?
No, I am. I am. I will eventually, in time.
Do me a favour. All I'm giving you is information. This documentary is called Dominion, and I'm online
My
there.
ex-girlfriend, who is a vegan activist, used to bitch at me constantly to watch this and Seaspiracy, I believe.
Aye, Seaspiracy's
And
major
I
as
never.
well.
But she said Dominion was the thing.
This is
so
the one, man. You're an open-minded guy. You're a critical thinker. I can tell. If you forget about me, as I say, I am just a messenger. Just watch this with an open mind, and that's all I can hope that people do.
What was your name, Thomas?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Brendan, man, I feel like I've met you before.
I feel like
I feel like I have, or something.
It's probably
Your
the
face is a wee bit familiar, aye.
It's the face, bro.
Yeah.
It's the face. But listen, I do agree with you. I agree with you
appreciate
on
it,
every
man.
point that you made.
Honestly.
But it's the time frame.
All I'm saying is, see when you align your actions with your values of being against animal abuse, inner harmony. And you'll be surprised the other good things that leads to. Your compassion grows, your awareness grows, you see the world through a different lens, you see differently, and it's a beautiful thing. It's heartbreaking, but at the same time, I would not trade the bittersweetness of enlightenment for the blissfulness of ignorance. Do you know what I mean?
My ex used to tell me constantly that I needed to get this inner harmony, this realignment. She says, Brent, you need to do DMT.
That as well. Yes, man. Thanks very much, man. See you.